Okay, hi. Welcome back to Allyssa K Lifestyle. I am Allyssa, and intro, all that stuff. Okay, so today I am starting on the October project. It is October 22nd, and I know I am so late, but I took a real hard, long break after September. 6 outfits. I took a break. So the reveal is still gonna happen on the 31st of October. I have like, what, 9 days? I think 9. Yeah, and so I'm starting on it today. So this is what I'm making. So it is somewhat of a mini dress, I guess, and it has like a bunch of ruffles. It is strapless, and I am doing it in a gray. The inspiration behind this entire October look or some yellow Steve Madden thigh-high boots that I just got. Hold on. Okay, so these are the yellow Steve Madden boots that I got. Literally, I have not worn them anywhere. The styrofoam is still in here. So, ooh, and they smell like fresh boots. So these are it. These are thigh high, you know, and I like these. These are the Vava boots. I have them in a cow print. I have them in red. And I also bought them in a patent leather, well, faux leather. I think it's vinyl. Yeah, a vinyl brown, like a camel, maybe a little bit darker than a camel color. But yes, so the inspiration was these boots. So I'm wearing these boots and this dress is going to be this dark gray suede. Like, Allyssa, a mini dress out of this heavy fabric? Yes, because it's cold outside, but I still want to wear a mini dress with boots. So I know the question is now, well, what are you going to do about the top? Because it's cold. It's not that cold because you live in Georgia, but it's a little windy. Let me tell you, I did not sketch this, but you know those like cute little cropped sweaters, like when you have something here and then it's cropped just here, so then you have this little sliver of skin. I'll put a picture up here somewhere so you can have like a reference, but I'm going to do something like that, but instead of out of fabric, I'm going to crochet it. But I'm not going to crochet it how I usually would crochet something with regular yarn. I'm going to use this thick yarn. You see how thick that is? Yeah, so this is from Yarn Inspirations Bernat. It's a blanket. So I made a blanket, something kind of like this. I'll insert a picture, or I guess somewhere, of a blanket that I made with this, like 7 of these. But I wanted to have something just over my arms, and I'm gonna use it with this. So this is on top, this is in the middle, and this is on the bottom. If you can't see it, then I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to wait until the end of the video. But if you are a visionary and you can see what I see and where I'm going, we here. So I try to like talk through my videos and do something, you know, a little extra so people can understand, but y'all, that is just hard, and sometimes there's a lot to edit, but I'm gonna try. I really am gonna try. So I started off with, I got into drafting patterns, and I learned a lot from Dawn Marie Couture. I'll put her channel, I'll link her channel down below in the description. And she showed me how on her YouTube to make a strapless top, but it was sweethearted, so I had to like fill in that gap because I don't like that. So I already did that, and I drafted the patterns, and let me show you. Okay, so this is the front center, and like these are the areas that I darted, and I went ahead and cut those out. And this is the front side. This is the back center, and this is the back side, and this is the allowance for the zipper, which I have. And so I just got this material, picked it up from Joann, along with the suede, and I also got the Bernat yarn from Joann as well. And this is what I'm going to use as my lining. Something that I learned when pattern drafting this morning is that when I cut out the seam, not the seam allowance, when I cut out the darts, I had to write a special note on here to add seam allowance, so that when I put it on the fabric, I won't be cutting into my top to sew it down. So I put it on each one, add seam allowance, like don't forget Allyssa, is right here, and it's on those two right there, so that I do not forget, because if I don't see it, I won't do it. Overall, I'm excited about how this is going to turn out, because I don't really know what a suede, because suede is like such a heavy material. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I'm going to keep working until I'm satisfied. So come along. So I don't know if I mentioned, probably forgot, that this material that I just cut these few pieces out with is, I'm going to use it as like a toile first for the bust part of the dress, but also I'm going to use it as the lining as well. And I bought some netting for another project that I didn't end up using it for, and because the suede is heavy, I think I'm going to attach the netting on the inside of the dress to make it like fluff out a little bit. But I think what I need to do is, what I'm planning on doing, how it makes sense in my mind, is before I attach the skirt, I don't know if you can see. So what I'm planning on doing is, before I attach the skirt, the bottom part, to the bust, I'm going to elongate the bust and then attach the netting to the bottom of the bust, and then put this on top so that it fluffs out the heavy suede fabric. But what I forgot to do was add length to the bust of the lining that I just cut out. I completely forgot. So I'm just gonna have to add it at the end when after I finish completing the bust. I'm just gonna have to do that, and that's not gonna be a problem. It's just, oops, I forgot. So I sewed this side, and I ended up having to sew over it again, because when I held it up to my chest, it was a little more pointy, or there was more room. Okay, I wasn't gonna be able to feel this. Okay, So I left a little bit of that out this time right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I left it a little bit out. So see, I could be a little pointy. It also could be because I haven't pressed this yet. So I'm going to press this down and then hold it up to my body again. Okay, so I've put all the pieces together. This is the right side. This is the inside, and I've pressed all the seams open. And this part is still like a little big, but I have to remember I'm actually going to wear a bra, probably a padded bra with this, so it's fine. When I put it up against my body, it went kind of like this. Like, I'm showing you the extra part, so the extra starts like here. I have like an inch or so, which is good for the zipper, but literally just an inch. And then it goes like up like that, and that's just how much extra I have. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, but with the suede. And I'm gonna add a little bit. Well, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and then I'm gonna put the two pieces together, right sides together, and then I'm gonna see how much extra I have and cut the excess off for the zipper. Okay, so I've just had a rough 20 minutes trying to figure out how to sew with faux suede. For some reason, the needle was going through, but the bobbin thread was not catching. And so I looked up some stuff on Google, and I was using the right thread, I was using the right tension, I was using the right length. I'm just doing a regular stitch. I was using the right needle until I came across, none of that was helpful. I mean, well, because I was doing everything right, but until I came across something that said use I forgot what it's called, but a stabilizer. But they were talking about like the fusible stabilizer, and I was like, oh girl, no, I can't do that. So I went and cut some more of my what kind of paper is this? Like packing paper. This is the paper that I use to make patterns with, to drafting paper with. It's just like brown paper that comes on a really big roll. And as you can see, like I've already used some of it, and I put it at the bottom like this. So this is my fabric that I was sewing, and I put it on the bottom like this, and all I have to do is just tear it apart and it comes right off. But it went right through, and I did it twice just to make sure. And because of that, I was able to shorten the length of my stitches so that I can get like a really fine line. But yeah, it works great. And so I have to go cut some more strips, or I'm trying to use as much of the small ones as possible. But didn't know, but now I know. So if you're watching this and you want to work with suede or faux suede, maybe you could use that little nugget. I'll show you how I break away. This is what it looks like so far. I finished the bust, and I've pinned it back here. Of course, I can't finish it now because I have to add the zipper and attach everything else. But the bust is, it feels so good. Ugh, it feels so amazing. So now I'm just going to work on the top part of the skirt. So there are 3 parts to this dress: the top, the upper skirt, and the lower skirt. Right now I'm going to work on the upper skirt, just trying to figure out exactly where I want it to start and finish. So I think I want it to start like an 1.5 inches above the end. Maybe 1 inch. If you can see, hold on. I basted around the bottom, and this extra fabric at the end is where I'm going to attach the netting part. So I can add the upper skirt anywhere above here. And so this is like, it's not even 1/2 inch, is it? Oh, it is exactly 1/2 inch. So I really could go, this could be just 1 whole inch. So I think I'm gonna start it like right here. So really I measure it by my side. That's what I should have done. So it would start coming out right here. So the upper skirt is going to be 7 inches. The bottom skirt is going to be 11. I've decided that since I have the netting under here, I'm not going to line this suede fabric like I did here. The suede is on the outside, but it's lined on the inside. I was gonna do the skirt part like that as well, but I decided not to. So it's gonna be the skirt, the netting under that, and then, or maybe I might do 2 layers of this. So the skirt, then lining that's attached to the netting so that the netting doesn't stick to the suede, the faux suede, and then the netting, and then another layer of lining so that the netting doesn't make me itch. If that makes sense, I hope it makes sense. Okay. So now that I have attached all the seams for the upper skirt and the lower skirt, I am now going to baste across the top of the lower part, and then gather it together and then attach it to the upper part, which is this one. gathered everything, and now it's time to pin it to the bottom of the top skirt. So this is the skirt. I have gathered it. You can see like the long thread, but I've gathered it and I have put straight pins in it. So I'm going to sew all the way along here, and then when it's done, it's gonna look like that. So yes, I have to go to work now. It is early in the morning, but when I come back, no, I'm not gonna do it when I come back. That's a lie. Tomorrow morning, I will do this. Hello, good morning. It is the next day, and I have about an hour and a half before I have to be at work. So I really wanted to at least finish the bottom half of the skirt. So like I showed you yesterday, I have pinned the bottom half that's been gathered to the top half of the skirt that is basted and prepared to be gathered to be sewn to the top. And what I realized was the problem I was having, you probably saw as I was sewing, I had to keep stopping and adjusting my thread because it kept snapping off. And so I think the reason for that was because I was using this, but when I was sewing with it the first time, it didn't happen. I don't know. So I tried just the 2 layers of faux suede together, and that worked as best as it could. And then I used this as a stabilizer, and that worked as best as it could until it didn't work anymore. And so now, to make this easier, I'm still going to use something to stabilize it, but instead of using the brown craft paper, I've cut out a really long, about 1.5 inches of the lining that I used for my top. Remember this is the top, and this is what I used as the lining, also as a toile. So I'm going to just put this on the back of here and sew it like that, and hope that that stabilizes it enough to where I don't have to go over it back and forth 173 times. So let's hope this works, and if it does, then I'll go to gathering the top part of the skirt and attaching it to the top. We're getting closer. All right. So I just got finished sewing the top part to the bottom part and of the skirt, and this is what it looks like. And now I've basted the top part of the skirt, and I'm going to gather it. And how you do that is you just pull one of these strings and it gathers like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then pin it to the bust part of the dress. Good morning. So it is the next day. I think it's the 28th. I only have a couple more days to get this finished because I have to shoot tomorrow. Anyway, I went to Joann last night after work and I picked up this black netting. I looked up a lot of videos on YouTube on how to make a petticoat, and this is the one that I can do without having like to spend hours and hours and hours learning how to use some of the other materials. And I got the this kind, and I got everything that was left on the bolt. It was like maybe it was like a little over 4 yards, and I got that because suede is such a heavy fabric that I would need a lot of netting in order for it not to crush it, because under like any other like lightweight fabric, if this was the petticoat underneath, it would just sit on top. But because suede is so heavy, it would kind of mush it down a little bit. So I have a lot, and I'm just gonna start here, and I'm going to cut, and yeah, we're gonna see where this takes us. This part is trial and error. Even though I've watched a lot of videos and I kind of know what I'm doing, it's still my first time, so yeah. Okay, I'm back. So far I have cut everything out. That's the band, the waistband right there, and that's one layer. This is the upper skirt. The upper skirt is 2 layers, and this is the lower skirt, which is 3 layers. Okay, so this is the top of the netting part of the skirt. This part I'm going to fold down and put the elastic through here. My first thought was to attach the skirt, the netting, to the inside of the dress. But then I said no, because I may make something similar and want another petticoat, a netting petticoat to go under it. So this is going to be detachable. So yeah, I'm just going to fold this down and thread the elastic through here to make the skirt. But until then, I'm going to do that last. This is the top part, and it sits like this. Well, there's extra because, you know, it's going to be elastic. So it's going to sit like this. And now I have to attach the bottom part to here, and then it'll be like that. So right now I'm just going to baste stitch here, and then gather it and pin it to the bottom of this skirt. We're almost there. We're almost there. it's Friday the 29th. Tomorrow's the 30th and Sunday is the 31st, which is the day of the reveal. So I finished the dress. I finished the netting underlying thing under the dress, and I'm about to make the like cropped sweater part, and like I said, I'm making it out of this. So what I've learned so far in this cropped sweater is that it keeps me very warm. Very, very, very warm. At least my upper body. Very warm. Zero problems. Not even one.